At whose detriment? Possibly, maybe she's a single mother. Who knows? We don't know. Was there a father there? We don't know. Who was there to help this woman? Who was her support system? We don't know. But what we see today is a woman that was genuinely trying to make ends meet. But then she made a mistake. Now, yes, we have to hold her accountable, but accountability does not require turning a grieving mother into an object of public hatred. A lot of people be like, she's irresponsible, she's this, she's that. Before we begin this story, I want to let you know that this story involves the passing of a young child. Please watch with care, and that's it. The mother dropped off 2 of her children at the daycare. She went to work at the hospital, completed what appeared to be a normal shift, but one devastating step in her morning routine was allegedly missed. Her 1-year-old son was reportedly still strapped inside her car. That's heavy, right? So today, we need to have a difficult conversation. That mother that I was talking about is now charged with second-degree M. So we need to have a very necessary conversation. Can we demand accountability without declaring her a monster? Let me know what your thoughts are, and welcome back to Yes Life Coaching. Woman, stand in your power.
Stand in your power. On every minute, every hour. This is your story. Starting now. Stand in your power. Let the world see how. Stand in your power. Stand in your power now. Turn up your voice, your truth, your wow. Stand in your power. This is your channel now.
Welcome back. This story is about a woman called Deja Coleman. I'm going to put her picture. It's sad, but we just have to talk about it. A lot of women are going through things that might eventually cost them their lives. So according to the Lawrenceville police, this tragedy happened July 29, 2026, outside of a hospital in Georgia. The woman in question is 29 years old, Deja Coleman. They say she was taking her 3 children to daycare before work. Her normal routine, investigator says, was to take her 2 older children inside first, then she would return into the car and pick up her 1-year-old. Okay, so they explained that one of the older children had special medical needs that required a lot of attention during drop-off. So, but on this particular morning, this woman, Coleman, allegedly did not return for the 1-year-old baby. She drove to the hospital and reportedly entered work. So she started working around 6:55 in the morning. At around 3:50 that afternoon, another hospital employee walked through the parking lot and noticed the child had slumped in his car seat. And then that person called 911. Officers had to break the window and attempted life-saving measures, but the child was pronounced gone at the scene. Police say Coleman appeared devastated when she was informed that her son has passed. However, she was arrested and charged with second-degree M and second-degree cruelty to children. So you see how things can turn just like that. Just like that. This woman has been charged, but she has not been convicted yet. Okay? Now, why does this story matter? This story matters because most parents will say, never forget my child. It could never be me. I understand that reaction. But perhaps the more useful question is not, could I ever do this? The more useful, the better question should be, what system have I built to protect my child if my memory fails me? Human beings, we heavily depend on routine. We can drive similar route, arrive at our destination, and barely remember each turn we made. That does not mean we don't care about where we are going. It means the brain frequently completes familiar tasks automatically, okay? However, when a routine changes even slightly, the mind can incorrectly behave as though every normal step has already been concluded. Now, in this case, police says the mother's routine involved taking her children inside and returning for the youngest. Investigators will have to determine exactly what happened, whether her conduct meets legal definition of criminal negligence. So now we should not diagnose her or claim that stress, exhaustion, or mental overload caused these incidents without evidence. But we can also recognize that tiredness, distraction, and changes in routines are known safety risks. We can also acknowledge that no responsible safety plan should depend upon somebody's memory functioning perfectly every day. From what I see here, I see a woman that is overworked. She has 3 children and she has to take them to daycare. And she has to resume work by 55 a.m. She doesn't want to be late. She has to do all these things, everything. She has to do them. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 C's in a woman's work. It's not easy for a woman to do it all. I wish she had someone to help her drop off her kids. She had a 1-year-old. What it is to take care of a 1-year-old. Let's even forget the 1-year-old. What it is to take care of a child has special needs. It's a lot. It's exhausting. It is tiring. But at the same time, it has led someone to jail. I'm doing this to let us know that we can't do it all by ourselves. I'm very sure this woman was trying her best. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. And she forgot. Oh, a lot of times people forget things. No matter how much of a routine it is, you will forget. May we not forget this thing in Jesus' name. She loved her child, right? Of course, she did. Because when she heard the child was gone, she felt devastated. Truth number 1, love is not a safety plan. You can deeply love your child and still make a catastrophic mistake. Now, saying that you love the child does not minimize the child's passing. What does this teach us? We have good intentions, but good intentions cannot replace practical safeguards. Because loving our families does not guarantee that a fire will not come. We use seatbelts because we have to be careful when driving to eliminate collision. In the same way, parents need systems that protect children during moments when memory, attention, or routine breaks down. Okay, now there's another truth in this case. Accountability and compassion can coexist together. See, you do not have to choose between caring about this child and recognizing the mother's humanity. The child is still the center of the story. The child depended heavily upon the mother, upon the adults around him. His life mattered, his suffering mattered, and his passing deserves a complete investigation. This story is sad. We all have compassion, but compassion does not mean that we pretend nothing wrong happened. She forgot her child in the car because she was too engrossed. Oh, I want to go to work. I want to go to work. At whose detriment? Possibly. Maybe she's a single mother. Who knows? We don't know. Was there a father there? We don't know. Who was there to help this woman? Who was her support system? We don't know. But what we see today is a woman that was genuinely trying to make ends meet. But then she made a mistake. Yes, we have to hold her accountable. But accountability does not require turning a grieving mother into an object of public hatred. A lot of people be like, she's irresponsible. She's this, she's that. Listen, this could happen to anybody. May you not find yourself in a situation where you have to juggle everything. Hey, may we not find ourselves in that situation. Some people will say maybe she deliberately did it. Maybe because we see a lot of women. Like there was a news I saw yesterday and I was like, what? These 2 women, one was a mother, the other one was a grandmother. Guess what these women did? They starved the twins, 16-year-old twins. One of them is disabled. I don't know if the other one is not disabled. I think they are both disabled. Starved one of them to his passing. In my opinion, that one was deliberate. They had decided this children, it's stress to me. I can't handle this anymore. If you cannot handle them anymore, why don't you go and give them up for adoption? Why would you rather end their life? But in this case is totally different. I don't know what is in her mind, but from reading the story, I genuinely feel that she was trying to make ends meet, and the work overload was too much on her, and then this happened. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Many women are responsible for waking the children, preparing the meals, remembering medication, organizing daycare, answering work message, keeping track. You're keeping track of everybody's needs. The pressure is real, people, whether we like it or not. However, mental overload cannot become an excuse. After a child is harmed, it must become a warning before something happens. See, families need shared routine. Childcare providers need to recognize, what am I even saying? Childcare providers need to recognize what's going on. Families, if you're a childcare provider, I'm sure that child was supposed to be dropped at the daycare. So you are the childcare provider, you don't see the child, but you saw the other children. You need absence alert procedures. I wish that childcare facility had an absence alert procedure. Hey, Miss so, we have not seen your child 1 year old. Maybe you gave her a call while she was driving to work. This might have been avoided. Okay? Employers need to recognize that most caregivers get exhausted, right? Families, again, it still comes back to the family. Families need to have shared routine. Only one person cannot carry the load. She's the mother, does not mean she should be the only one carrying the load. That is why we need to have a good support system. Where is a support system? This lady trying to handle 3 children alone. You see these things, strong black woman. No, there's nothing like strong black woman. No. Absolutely nothing like that. Child safety must be treated as a shared system, not as another invisible task that is silently carried by one overwhelmed parent. Childcare is everybody's responsibility. What is the lesson here? You cannot use your memory as a proof of love, okay? Forgetting sometimes does not always mean we don't care, but when another person's life depends on us, we need to be extra careful. Now, a lot of people will say, I'm a good mother, I cannot do that. No, power is not you saying I'm a good mother. This could never happen to me. Power is saying I am human. So I will create a system that protects my child, even on my worst and most distracted days. Now, you doing this does not mean that you are weak. This is responsible motherhood. We need to be careful as parents. Here are 5 steps every parent and caregiver can begin using immediately. Number 1, look before you lock. Look before you lock. Before you lock that car, before you move on, look around. Am I forgetting anything? Open the back door and physically inspect the entire back seat before walking away. Make it part of your parking routine whether your child is with you or your child is not with you. Number 2, place something that is important beside that child. Maybe your work bag, your work purse, your briefcase, any item that you have to take before you leave the car. Put it beside the child. Let's say if she had put like her work bag or her jacket or something at the back seat, she knows that when she gets to work, she has to pick it up. So there's no way she won't pick that thing up and see her child, except she just wanted to leave the child there, okay? Number 3, create a drop-off confirmation system. Send your partner or any trusted person a short message immediately after daycare drop-off. I don't know how that's going to help. Hey, the children are inside. If that message does not arrive by an agreed time, the other person needs to call. Have you dropped off the kids? Number 4, please speak with your childcare provider. Ask the daycare to contact you immediately if your child does not arrive as expected. One call or text could interrupt this tragic chain of events. Number 5, please use technology. Activate your vehicle's rear seat reminder if it is available. Set a recurring phone alarm for daycare arrival time. Use calendar reminders or something. Just sad. Thank God for the one that called 911, but it was too late. If you are one person walking and you see a child in the car, please do what this person did by calling 911. If you remember only one thing from this story, remember this. Never depend on love alone. When a life depends on your memory, I want you to build a system. Always check your back seats, especially those of you that have children, young children that might be sleeping or that cannot talk, okay? What else? It's sad. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I want to hear from you respectfully. Do you believe society can hold a parent legally accountable while still acknowledging that devastating memory failure may not be the same as intentional cruelty? Let me know what your thoughts are, okay? This is not a moment for celebration, insult, or trial or whatever. I want you to share this video with a parent, with a grandparent, childcare worker, or anyone who regularly transports children. A simple reminder could save a life. And if you're a woman that is carrying too much, managing children, work, relationship, and everyone else needs, while you are losing yourself, Yes Life Coaching is here to help you create healthier systems, stronger boundaries, and a life that does not depend on you holding everything together alone. Please do well to subscribe to Yes Life Coaching Woman Stand in Your Power for more conversations about women, accountability, healing, and practical life lessons. Please protect your peace. And as always, protect the persons or the people that are entrusted to you. Give yourself permission to ask for help before exhaustion becomes danger. And whatever life places before you, woman, stand in your power. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.
Take what you learned, walk in your truth. Until next time, stand in your power.